make sure I'm in the center of my space. Hello, welcome to Strong Flow Yoga Vinyasa. So today we're going to get into the sixth chakra, which is the third eye chakra. So depending on who you follow, some people say it's right in the center part of the forehead. Some people will say right between the eyebrows. I think anywhere in that vicinity is fine. So we're going to get into that today. This is your intuition center. So I'm going to ask you questions and give you affirmations around intuition and around how you feel and that knowing. And the color of this chakra is maybe like an amethyst purple, which is fitting because the amethyst crystal is one of the crystals for this chakra, if you work with those. So if you don't want to focus on the affirmations and the questions that I give you, you can always focus on that beautiful amethyst color. So that being said, you only need one block today. You could totally get away with a folded blanket when we get to that as well. And we will use a strap, which is behind me here. And go ahead and have that strap within your reach. We're going to come onto our back for constructive rest pose. And for this first part, it is okay if you want a little bit of a neck pillow here. So I'm going to go ahead and come down. And as you're getting centered, if you need to pull some clothes out of the way or whatever because they've bunched up on your way down, go ahead and do that. And then get any little wiggles out here, just trying to make yourself a little bit more comfortable. And making sure that the feet aren't too far away or too close to your glutes. This should be nice and relaxing just being here. Hands, arms can be anywhere that feels good. So they can be out to the side. I'm going to take mine to the belly area. And as I kind of settle down in here, just ask yourself, how do you feel? A loaded question that can be anything from an emotional or mental state. It can be to how you physically feel right now. I'm going to have you get into the physical sensation right at the moment. So you may have some aches and pains, but I want you to go a little bit not as deep as that. How do you feel right now on your mat, on the floor, in this space? Do you feel supported by the floor with your feet? Do your toes touch the floor? Do all parts of your back touch the floor? Do you have a curvature in the lumbar? Are your shoulders not wanting to relax down? Or are they touching the mat? Just notice. Remembering as I ask you throughout how you feel, if you trust how you feel, the only wrong answer is pain. So if you feel that, obviously we want to come out and not do what we're doing. We don't want to experience pain. But anything else is fair game. And then start to breathe and expand that rib cage on the inhale. Kind of feel that rib cage expand on that mat, on that floor. And exhale slowly. Inhale and expand. Exhale slowly. One more time, big inhale and expand. And slowly exhaling it out. Good. Now from here, we're going to gently take the head and neck from side to side. Nice and slow. No fast or jerky movement. And as you move the head and neck from side to side, notice what the opposite shoulder does. Does it stay grounded? Does it want to lift up? And from here, the next time you take the head and neck to the left, could you press the left shoulder into the mat a little bit more? head and neck to the right, that is. That's a better way to say it. You want the shoulder of the opposite side that you're looking, pressing down. And notice what you feel. Is there a stretch in the neck, in the shoulder? Maybe no stretch anywhere, that's okay too. And we'll come back to center. And we'll take that head and neck now really to the left. Could you press the right shoulder into the floor? Notice any sensations. And coming back to center. Good. And then from here, nice and gentle, taking one leg at a time into the chest. Maybe giving them a tug here, finding a little bit of length from crown to tail, maybe a little bit of a rock. If it would feel good to you to roll the ankles around, you can go there. And ask yourself, do I trust my intuition? Do I trust what I feel? Do I trust my intuition? Do I trust what I feel? And then from here, once you're ready, good. We'll bring those feet back down to the floor. Take your strap. We're going to put the right foot into the strap. Okay. And once you have that foot in the strap, take a lower grip with your strap. Your other leg can be long or bent, whatever feels good. Belly button is in, and just take some circles here. And get into the body again. So what do you feel? Do you feel anything in the core? Do you feel anything in the back? The hips? Maybe the inner or outer thigh? We'll reverse if you haven't done that yet. Good. Now we'll come back up. Good. You can choke up on that strap now. Gently bring that leg in towards the face. So you don't want your deepest stretch here. You just want enough to feel a little stretch down the back of the leg, keeping a little micro bend in the knee. Big breaths. So if you close your eyes here, which is fine, just take that inner gaze right between the eyebrows. And once you're ready, we'll back off that stretch. Both hips stay grounded, taking that leg out to the right. Just a gentle stretch, nothing too deep. And we'll take that back up. How about I honor my inner knowing and trust my path? I honor my inner knowing and trust my path. We'll switch out the feet here. So holding on to both pieces, lower grip, belly button is in. Just find those nice controlled circles. And compare what you feel now to the other side. So I'm a lot tighter on this side than the other side, but you may not feel that much of a difference, and that is perfectly fine. You might notice a big difference like I do. Good, we'll come back up. Good, we'll choke up on that grip. Good, gentle stretch, little micro bend in the knee. So I can have a long leg here. What I mean is we don't want this locked out. Notice how you have a little bit of an arc here when you lock out. You want a little softness there. We're still expanding that rib cage. Good. We'll back off a little bit. Both hips stay grounded. Left leg's going to go out to the left. Gentle stretch. We'll come back up. Good. We'll remove that foot from the strap. Good. One knee at a time, take the knees into a tabletop position. So knees are over the hips, shins are parallel to the floor. We'll take the arms out to the side. Big inhale. Exhale, we're going to take the knees over to the left. And if it's okay for you to turn the head to the right, you can do that. Now, do I trust my intuition? Do I trust what I feel? So where and what do you feel? Is there maybe a stretch in it the right armpit or the chest? Do you feel a stretch anywhere along the back? Maybe you feel something in the outer hip and thigh of that right leg. Maybe you don't feel much of anything, and that's okay too. From here, head back to center. We're going to keep this gentle. So one leg at a time, back to center. Good. Reset anything here. We're back in tabletop. And we'll take those knees over to the right. Maybe looking to the left. And again, do you trust your intuition? Do you trust what you feel? What and where do you feel? And maybe this time go beyond the physical. What comes up for you here in the mental and emotional body? And do you trust that? Is it true? And when you're ready, head will come back to center, one leg at a time, back into center. Good. We'll bring this in. And then once you're ready, we're going to gently roll over to the side. Any side that's best for you is the side you should go to. And then once you're ready, we're going to gently press ourselves up, and we're going to come into some cat-cows here. So we're going to come on all four. So if you need to cushion your knees or your wrists, you can certainly do that. And I'm going to spread my fingers nice and wide, rooting through the knuckles with pinky, pointer, and thumb. Knees are under the hips or slightly wider if you've got a cranky low back. My tops of the feet are down. And I'm protracted in the shoulders. So I'm pushing the floor away. So I don't want to be down here. I want to really press away. And my belly button is in. Good. Nice inhale. Chest is going to come forward. Pelvis is going to tilt back. I'm going to look up. Exhale, I'm going to press that floor away, rounding that back like a mad cat, looking towards the thigh. Inhale, take that into a cow. Exhale into a cat. Really draw that belly button up and in. One more time. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Now on this cat, I want you to really press into the floor, really round if you can. I want you to try to get into a stretch between the shoulder blades here. Good. And we'll relax. Good. Now, I'm going to grab my block here. We're going to do a supported child's pose. So you can also do this with a pillow or a folded blanket as well. Knees can be together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. I'm going to take mine as wide as the mat. Good. And then as I come down, I'm going to take right at the forehead here, the third eye area, I'm going to rest that on the block. Now, again, different things for different people. You can take your arms forward. You can still take them back by the ankle. Be where you need to be here. Your chest may or may not touch the floor here. That's not an important part. I'm going to go back a little bit with my hips. I'm just going to move my block in a little bit. And breathe. And close your eyes, coming to that inner gaze right between the eyebrows, right where the block is. Now, some of you will stay right here if it's safe for you to do so. Maybe rock gently side to side. And I will say here, there is some sinuses in this area. So if you're experiencing some sinus pressure or maybe you're not so sure, that's going to get into that right here. So be mindful. Good, and then we'll come back to center. Now from here, I'm going to remove my block, maybe coming into a deeper, more traditional child's pose here. Notice the difference between the two. Expand the rib cage. You can bring in that Ujjayi pranayama here if you've got that. And then once you're ready, hands are going to come under the shoulders and we're going to come up. We're going to make our way into a downward facing dog, So hands are going to come about at half a hand's width or full hand's width forward. If you're shorter, you can stay where you are. I'm going to tuck the toes, shift back. I'm pressing in and forward into my hands, rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb as I lift my knees and lift my hips. Pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounds. Knees can be bent or long. Elbows are going to turn towards the ceiling. My shoulders are away from my ears. My head and neck are free. My gaze is to my toes. And then maybe just lifting and lowering here to kind of get any little kinks or stretchies out that would feel good to you right here. Find the breath. Good. Inhale. We'll look forward. We'll bend the knees. Pause. Walk your hands back towards the feet. Get into all four corners of the feet. Knees are going to be bent. Chest or belly should be touching the thighs here. And then you can just let everything dangle, or you can grab opposite elbows. So find it where you need to find it. Do I trust how I feel? Do I trust my intuition? And then once you're ready, if you took elbows, we'll release. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, lengthening the spine. Fingers can come to the floor, the shins, or the thighs. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway one more time. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Long spine as we rise. Exhale, stopping the thumbs right at the third eye. And then at heart center, finding your mountain and your breath. Good. So from here, I'm just going to turn this way. Good. Make any little adjustment here. We're going to come to the top of our mat. And before we go into a half sun salute and 3 slow sun salute A's, go ahead and take your feet about parallel hip width apart here. And we'll take our arms up overhead. We're going to come to temple mudra. So you might not be able to see my hands in the camera, but temple mudra here. We're going to reach up, and ears and biceps should be next to each other. My knees are soft. Good. I still want ears, shoulders, and hips to be in alignment, and my belly button is in. And I'm breathing here. So I'm feeling the sides of the body elongate a little bit. Now from here, I'm going to really press through my right side as I take a side bend to my left. Breathing and expanding. And here's another question for you. Am I over analytical Am I over analytical, pressing through that right side, coming all the way up? And when you're ready, we'll press through the left side as we take this to the right. Breathing and expanding. And then pressing through that left side, we'll come back up. Good. You can release the hands. Big inhale, exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, raise all the way up. Exhale, hands in the heart center. 3 slow sun salute A's. Inhale and we'll reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, plant the hands. Step or hop back into plank. Knees can be lifted or grounded. I'm going to ground my knees for the first one. Elbows are facing forward. Take or skip a flow. Now remember, you can modify these. Finding your down dog in the way that you need to find your down dog. Taking a moment. From downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Number 2. Inhale and we'll lift. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. From downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one like this. Inhale and we'll lift. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Remember, if you're skipping the flow, down dog, plank, or child's pose are great places for you to be. From the downward facing dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, nice long spine. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes. Long spine as we rise. Exhale, stop those thumbs right at the third eye. And heart center. Good. So from here, we're going to take a flow into a low lunge, and we'll end that series with a dolphin pose, just so that you know what's coming. So from here, when big inhale and reach, exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip your flow. I'm going to skip this one. And how about this question? Do I have clarity of mind and thought? Do I have clarity of mind and thought? Do I trust my intuition? Good. Inhale, left leg's gonna lift 3-point. Now we're gonna hold this right here. Toe, knee, and hip are facing the floor on that left side. Notice how the left shoulder has to work a little bit harder than the right to hold you here. The longer you're here, the more this becomes a balance challenge. Head and neck are free. Shoulders are still away from the ears. Bending that knee, shifting forward, stepping or picking up and putting the right foot forward between the hands. So I'm going to reach, or the left foot rather, between the hands. So I'm going to reach my right leg back and my right knee is going to come down. I want this heel to be grounded. So if it's lifted up or doing something here, this foot needs to be more forward. You can have hands down here if this is enough. You can have your block in here if this is enough, or you can come up here. Maybe you join me coming up, looking up, and we'll take the thumbs to the third eye. You close your eyes here, you'll make it a balance challenge. That's why I'm kind of wobbling a little bit. Still breathing. We're zipping up that front body. And we'll reach. We'll take that down. Tuck the back toe. Lift the back knee. Front foot steps back. If you would like to take a belly down vinyasa here, feel free to do so. I'm going to hang out in a down dog for a moment. And then from your down dog, right leg is going to lift. Remember, hip, knee, and toe are facing the floor. Notice how the right shoulder has to fire up a little bit more here to hold you. Breathing. Do you trust what you feel? Do you trust your intuition? And we'll bend that right knee. We'll shift forward, step, or pick up and put the right foot forward between the hands. Right heel's going to be grounded. Left leg's going to come back. Left knee's going to come down. Find yours. Are you going to stay down here? Are you going to come to a block? Are you going to come up? You're coming all the way up. Good. Thumbs at the third eye. Breathing. And we'll reach. We'll take that down. Good. Tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee. Front foot's going to step back. Now, pause in your down dog here. And we're going to build up to dolphin pose. So I'm going to go ahead and come to my knees. So different dolphins for different people. Some of you are going to take forearms to the floor, maybe even 2 blocks if coming to the floor is too much. Good. And maybe this is just where you working on pushing the floor away with the shoulders. My shoulders are behind my elbows here. Maybe that's just what you do. Okay. From here, you can tuck the toes. Good. And lift. Head does not touch the floor in dolphin. Shoulders are still behind the elbows here. And I'm pressing that floor away. And then others are really going to kind of hike this up a little bit. Good. So my head is still not touching the floor. It's nice and free. My shoulders are away from the ears. And I'm breathing. So you should be able, whatever version you're doing, you should be able to shake your head yes. And shake the head no. Breathing. Is there somewhere that you could soften? For most people in this pose, it's going to be the face or maybe the knees that you want to soften a little bit. And then once you're ready, I took the pike up. I'm going to step my feet back a little bit. Good. Now, different things for different people. Some of you are going to come, take the knees to the floor first, make an adjustment. Others can lift the elbows from here and find that downward facing dog. So you find yours the way that you need to get there. And from your beautiful downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding that nice amethyst color. And then from here, once you're ready, good. We're going to take this into 3 wide-legged forward folds. 3 wide-legged forward folds. So if you would like a little bit of a support or connection when you do these with your block can be, at any height. The block is also optional. So you do not have to have your block here if you don't want it. So I'm going to take my legs out wide. So I've got the short ends of the mat and my feet are parallel to each other and my big toes are parallel to each other. So one foot is not coming forward of the other. I'm also pressing through the outer edges of the feet here. I'm not collapsing into the inner arches. That should make the knees feel a little bit better as well. Hands to the waist on this first one. Rolling the shoulders back, zipping up that front body from the hips, and we're going to come forward. Good. Now, I'm keeping shoulders away from the ears. I'm keeping a long spine. I'm still pressing through the outer edges of the feet. And again, you don't have to use the block, and the block can be at any height that you would like it. Breathing. Now from here, pressing through the outer edges of the feet, maybe a little bend in the knees. Good, carefully. Come back up, nice and slow. We don't want to jerk up here. Big inhale and reach. Exhale, thumbs to third eye. Good. For this next one, arms are going to be up. Big inhale, exhale. We're going to hinge forward again, nice and long in the spine. Hands can come down. You can stay here. You can walk them forward. You can walk them back. You can take yogi toe. You can bend the elbows. And then find what you need. Again, block is optional. Breathe. Still engaging those outer edges of the feet. Do I trust my intention? Do I trust how I feel? Pressing through the outer edges of the feet. Good. We're going to take the hands back underneath the shoulders. And from here, if you want to, you can walk the hands up, nice and slow and gentle as we come all the way back up. Good. Big inhale and reach. Exhale, thumbs to third eye. And coming back to heart center. So this last one, you can take the arms back up like we just did. You can take hands to the waist, like we did before, or you can kind of clasp your hands back here. You can also come to a reverse prayer. Good, so I'm gonna press down and open up and lift today. And then when you're ready, good, we're gonna find that fold again, with or without the block. I don't think I need it this time. Good. Shoulders are away from the ears. I'm pressing through the outer edges of the feet. And breathing. So these are all inversions here, these forward folds. Okay. And they're accessible inversions, unlike handstands and headstands that are accessible to a few, but not the majority. And we still get all of the benefits here from those inversions while making it more accessible and less risky. So from here, pressing through the outer edges of the feet, slow and control, coming up out of there and releasing. Big inhale and reach, touching the thumbs to the third eye. And back to heart center. Good. From here, we're going to heel toe in, and then step the feet back in. So we're going to come down to the floor now. Good. I'm going to keep my block handy. But from the top of the mat. Good. And then maybe say to yourself, I am insightful, intuitive, and imaginative. So yes, this is the intuition chakra. It's also your imagination chakra. So I am intuitive, insightful, and imaginative. Big inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. From here, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip the last flow of this class. And once you've made it to your downward facing dog, we're going to come down to the knees and come down onto the belly. So we're going to take this into a half frog here. So depending on the surfaces you're practicing on, you can always put a blanket or something under the knee. But I'm going to make a little pillow here with my hands. I'm going to gently pull this right knee up in line with my hip. And so then this knee and that ankle are in alignment with each other as well. And scoot over just a little bit here. Good. So you can see. Okay. So from here, we're just going to come down and breathe. And as you're here again, what do you feel? Where do you feel? And once ready, good. We're going to take this leg. We're going to slowly take it along. You can wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here. Come back. Middle of my mat. And then when you're ready, we're going to do that on the left side. So the left knee is going to come up, in line with the hip if you can. Good. And then knee and ankle are going to be in that alignment there. Good. We've got our little third eye, head support here. Breathe and expand. Now for me, I'm tighter on this side, so it feels a lot different than the other side. And you might notice differences, you might not. Just feel what you feel. Remember, other than pain, where we want to come out, there's no wrong answer. Once you're ready, good, we're just going to gently take that left leg long and maybe a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here of the hip. So when you're ready here, in the way that's best for your body, we're going to come up and have a seat. I'm going to bring my blanket back in here to sit on, and I'm going to do this from an angle just so you can best see. So we're going to come into Janushirasana here. So different things for different people. If you can reach the foot, that's fine. But you've also got your strap today, so you can always, use that if you need to. If you go beyond the foot, you can bring your block in here. I'm going to bring left leg is forward, right foot's going to come into the thigh. Sitting up nice and tall. Big inhale and reach. Exhale, I'm going to lean and then fold in. And I'm going to breathe. And so where and what do you feel? You may or may not feel something in the back. Most people are going to feel something in that left hamstring for sure. And how about all answers I need, I see within me? All answers I need, I see within me. When you're ready, I'm going to take that back up. And we're just going to switch sides. So right leg's going to come forward. Left foot's going to come in. Reset your props if you're using those for this one. And from here, big inhale and reach. Exhale. Lengthen first, and then take it into the pose. Do I trust my intuition? Do I trust what I feel? And when you're ready, big inhale, exhale will come out of there. We're going to come onto our back. So kind of starting off or going back to where we started. Now, you do want a block handy here. Excuse me. We're going to come into a supported bridge. Do you want a block like this or like this? I don't like this one because this is not as supportive the low back as these positions are. If you've got two blocks, you can stack them on top of each other, just like this as well. And you can also use a pillow bolster. You can take a blanket that's folded like this maybe and fold it again. That makes a nice prop as well. And nothing under the neck though. I'm just going to come down. Once I'm down here, I'm going to press into my feet. I'm going to take my block, that right under the tailbone. So my tailbone and both sits bones are supported here. Maybe rolling the shoulders under just a little bit. Belly button is in. And you want your feet to be in a position where they don't feel like they're just going to kind of flop open or flop together. It should be fairly neutral and stable. And breathe. If you choose to close your eyes, you can take that inner gaze right between the eyebrows. Big breath. And even here, is there somewhere that you could soften? With the face, the shoulders. Are you gripping through the hips? Did you let that go? Are you taking the toes up towards the ceiling, kind of gripping a little bit in the feet? Could you just kind of feel the ground under the toes and under the feet? Now, if this is becoming your jam and you would like to hang out here longer, please feel free to do that. Otherwise, press into the feet, lift up the hips, and remove whatever prop that you put underneath there and wiggle to the side. I'm going to take my prop to my, scoot over a little bit here, to my right side so that my foot will have support here in this final twist. Now, if you know that you're going to use a neck pillow, for your Shavasana. You can go ahead and bring that in. It's safe to do so. Right leg is going to come long. Left knee is going to come in. Give it a tug. Right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Left arm out to the left. And we're going to twist to the right. And your foot is going to come onto whatever prop you're using here. Maybe that left shoulder stays down. Maybe it comes up a little bit. So I wouldn't be so much concerned with that right now. And maybe you want to turn your gaze towards the left. Breathe. So the eyes are associated with this chakra. Many people have heard the phrase, the eyes are the window to one's soul. That comes from right here. And we'll take the head back to center. Carefully guide that left leg back into center. We'll bring both knees into the chest, giving a nice little tug. Good. Finding that link. So now I'm going to take my block. I'm going to switch that over to the left side. Good. And then from here, my left leg is going to come long. I'm going to bring the right knee into the chest. Left hand is going to come to the outside of that right thigh. Right arm is going to come out to the side. And I'm going to take the twist to the left. Good. Get that prop under that foot. Maybe looking to the right. Do I remain open to receiving new information or new ways of approaching life? Do I remain open to receiving new information or new ways of approaching life? And this is also the chakra, if you believe in telepathic abilities, clairvoyance, this kinds of things. It all comes from right here. Head and neck will come back to center. Gently guide that leg back into center. And we'll bring both knees into the chest. So we're going to take this into a Shavasana here. This is going to be a little bit longer Shavasana than we normally do, just so that you can really sink into this chakra. And you can, as always, bring in any props you want. You can let everything kind of flop open here. I'm going to take constructive breaths, just bending the knees. You can be on the belly or the side. Kind of be where you need to be. And then the last thing I'll send you here is my true power lies in the present moment. My true power lies in this present moment. And choosing stillness, or you're asking yourself, do I trust my intuition? Do I trust how I feel? Choosing stillness may be taking head and neck gently from side to side as you wiggle fingers and toes. Choosing stillness, you're bringing knees into the chest, choosing to keep the upper body lowered, or maybe you want to lift it up for a full body hug. And choosing stillness, removing any props if you used any during Shavasana today. Taking arms behind you, legs long in front of you, finding that full body stretch. And gently bending in both knees. Rolling over to your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment. Taking all the time that you need here. And when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat where we usually start our practice. Finding a nice tall spine, taking a moment, noticing how you feel. Palms up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach, 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 and lengthen, touching palms together. As you bring the hands down, touching the thumbs right at the third eye one final time for good and true thoughts. To the lips for good and kind words. And to the heart for open and loving heart. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted, no gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. May you strengthen and learn to follow your intuition. Namaste.